Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. This week I started an easygoing hexagon challenge, and we've been working on pieced hexagons. I thought it would be fun to do something a little more whimsical in this blog post. So I will be sharing with you how to draw a hexagon self-portrait in Electric Quilt. I'm in my easygoing hexagon challenge project. You do not need to be here, but it was just the fabrics that I wanted to use for this particular project, so I thought I would draw my block here. And so on the home screen, select Design a Block from Scratch. Then select a new block, Applique Motif. Let's change the block width and height to 12 inches. Set the snaps at 4 because they're not going to matter. And then for snapping options, turn on Snap to Nodes, Snap Aligned Segments, Auto Joint Segments when drawing, and also turn on the Hide Show Autofill on closed patches. So we're going to start with the body. Select Shapes and select the hexagon. A hexagon is a 6-sided shape. Select the Control or Command key on your keyboard and drag the shape from the upper left corner to the lower right corner. The Control or Command key ensures that the placement is perfectly horizontal. With the Pick tool and the Control or Command key, drag the lower right corner to increase or decrease the size. My goal is to get the width, which we can see under Selected Segment Properties, to around 7 inches. Then I'm going to select Shapes again and select the hexagon, and I'm going to draw a smaller one with the Control or Command key as well. Drag the corner with the Control or Command key to reduce the width to approximately 1 inch. Place the smaller hexagon on the upper left corner of the previous one. Then select Clone multiple times to create additional hexagons that we can use for the hair. Drag the crosshairs in the center to move the hexagons and position it so we have 4 hexagons in a row on top of the larger hexagon. If you want to add additional length to the hair, add more hexagons on the right and the left side. Now we can continue to clone, or alternatively we can use the hotkeys on our keyboard. Now if you're on a PC, that's a Control plus a C to copy. On a Mac, it's a Command plus a C. And then to do the paste, it's a Control plus the V key or the Command plus the V key. I personally find the hotkeys a little bit faster to work with. Continue to clone or copy and paste to add some bangs for our hexie. Then let's do a clone for an eye, and let's do another clone, and with the Control or Command key, I'm going to shrink the second one. Then move one or both of the hexies so that the right edges match. And that's going to give us some perspective for the eye. To move them as a group, we can drag a box over both of them, or sometimes it's a little hard to do because we need a blank space on the screen to start. Alternatively, we can use the Shift key and individually select both of them. While they are both selected, select Clone, flip left to right, and move that for the other eye. Next, do a clone of the larger hexie for the mouth, and do another clone of the smaller hexie for the nose. Select the Draw tool followed by the line and draw 2 lines to represent the arm. Now under the Draw tool, select the brush stroke. Change the minimum width and boldness both to 1. Make sure that you are not zoomed in and double-click on the arm. Select Convert to Patch and select the Edit tool and move individual nodes to clean up the look of the arm. I found that in the center, I just needed to move that one node down and then moved the handle on the node to straighten the line. For the hands, select one of the medium hexes with the pick tool, select clone, and move the hand into position. With the pick tool and the shift key on your keyboard, select both the hand and the arm. Select clone followed by flip left to right and move that to the other side of the large hexie. Then under Draw, select the Line tool and draw a straight line for one of the legs. Select the brush stroke under the Draw tool. Under the properties, change the minimum width to 3 and boldness to 3. Make sure you are at full screen view and double-click on the single line. Select Convert to Patch, and then select it with the pick tool and clone. Move them so they slightly overlap the hexagon, and then select Send to Back. Select the Shapes tool followed by the hexagon, and now drag a hexagon for the shoe. To change the size of this hexagon, we're going to drag the nodes in the center of the top and of the left and the right to create a more elongated shape. Select Clone and move it for a second shoe. Select the Color tab and use the Fabric tools to color the hexie portrait. Let's make some modifications though the nose is a little bit less pronounced. Go to the Draw tab and zoom in on the nose. Select it with the pick tool and select Clone, and using the controller command key, reduce the size and center it in the nose. Select the Color tab and color the inside hexagon with the same color as the larger hexagon. Once I have my portrait done, I will select Add to Project Sketchbook. Just for fun, go ahead and draft your own hexagon self-portrait. I would love to see your picture. If you are not a subscriber to my weekly newsletter, please sign up at www.onpointquilter.com. My weekly newsletter typically contains EQ tips and tutorials.